Ladies and gentlemen, recently Chris Cuomo, y'all remember old Chris Cuomo here, interviewed Scott Adams. And Scott Adams said that Black America was actually completely fine with his racist rant remarks. Really? Oh, okay. I haven't come across one person within our community that's even thinking about this man. So embattled Dilbert creator Scott Adams spoke out this week to defend his racist remarks and to claim Black America is actually completely fine with his recent rant. RadarOnline.com has learned. So, in a surprising development, just coming 2 weeks after the 65-year-old Dilbert cartoonist caused controversy after posting a seemingly racist rant to TikTok in February, Adams sat down to an interview with Chris Cuomo Monday to discuss the controversy he created. But rather than apologize and clarify his racist remarks, Adams instead doubled down on his position and argued social media and businesses show an anti whiteness bias and that his comments were misconstrued. Get away, white people, get away from black people. Get the hell away from black people. Now, how you misconstrue that? I'm just saying. Anyway, the way things are going, the signals are blaring. And he told Cuomo in a cartoonist's first televised interview since being canceled last month, social media shows an anti whiteness bias. Well, for somebody that feels that way, he sure stays on social media running his mouth, don't he? So he is addressing the audience saying, what I want your audience to know is that when I complained about black people having a bad attitude about white people, that was me saying nothing about black people. This is what he actually saying. He continued, it was saying, I don't want to be around people who have a bad feeling about me. And my question to Scott is, what makes him think that we shouldn't have a bad feeling just judging by the history? I'm not saying that we should sit around with bad attitudes, but we would be justified in it, in my opinion, judging from how we've been treated. So, anyway, I mean, I just love these people. They want to oppress you and treat you bad for hundreds of years, but you shouldn't have a bad attitude. What planet does that happen on? So, anyway, but for people that got such a deep concern about how we feel about them, they sure don't change, do they? Let me move on because I could have plenty to say. So, he goes on and explains that when he refers to black people, he does not mean all black people. That's not what he said at the time. He made it seem like every white person should get the hell away from black people. Isn't that what he said? Well, it sure sound like it. So anyway, it doesn't matter what context he said it in. He said it, and he got his cartoon removed from everywhere because they were getting the hell away from him. I think you need to do some huge disclaimer. Okay, so let's keep going because this is pretty lengthy. You're saying I'm about to say something to try to rile people up. The only thing I'll push back on is, you know, I've read you saying that there was a poll that changed the course of how you feel, referencing the Rasmussen poll Adam used to form a racist claim. And I have never met any people in my community that take Rasmussen polls, and that's also Rasmussen is another thing we don't really care anything about. I'm just saying. So, Cuomo added referencing Rasmussen poll and Adams. He used that to form his racist claim, and he went on this big rant over some poll that I doubt the vast majority of people in the black community even know or care about. So, anyway, I don't know why you would take anything they say as the truth of the matter. More importantly, when you put that message out there has to be some accountability for it because you know how fragile our fabric is, Cuomo explained further. And the idea of white people getting away from black people, there are a lot of people who really believe that, Scott. And now you are counted among them. Even more shocking was Adams' claim that white people are to blame for him being canceled and that every black person he has spoken to about the controversy has not been offended. Well, that's because we don't care about you in the first place. So your rant really don't have any impact on us, but it had impact on you. That's why you lost everything in all those publications. They got the hell away from you. So I don't know what black people he claimed he spoke to since his rant. I don't know who these people are. He don't name anybody. So whoever they are. Um, it's almost like entirely white people that had canceled me, Adam said. It might be entirely because they're the ones that own the publication companies and newspapers. So far, every black person I've spoken to, and of course, a lot of people contacted me, said that they said, "Hey, what's going on?" And I said, "Look at the context." So, Black America is actually, this is what Scott is saying, completely fine, both conservative and liberal, if they see the context, the Dilbert creator concluded. I don't think too many of us are upset with you saying, get the hell away from us. There are many in our community that's trying to get the hell away from you. I'm just saying. So, as Radar Online previously reported, Adams came under fire in February after he posted a shockingly racist rant on TikTok telling white people to get the F away from black people. I would say, based on the current events, the way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. He repeated at one point in the video. It doesn't make any sense as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. Well, I want to know what you were helping us in. What is this help? This help must be invisible because nobody sees it. So, anyway, shortly after his seemingly pro segregation remarks, Adams' comic strips were pulled from nearly every major newspaper across the country. He also had non Dilbert books canceled and was dropped by his publishing agent. So there you go. That's what he said recently on an interview with Chris Cuomo. Y'all gonna have to tell me what you think about his recent statements. This man, I think he's just trying to stay relevant since he lost his comic strip. So I mean, what else is he gonna do at this point? He sure have a lot of time on his hands. He's not publishing his Dilbert comic strips anymore, so he has nothing but time now. Oh boy. Mm-mm-mm. Scott, I'm sure there is something you could try to do with your life besides talk about how Black people feel and getting away from us and all that stuff. You know, I wasn't thinking about you or feeling your comic strip. I was never even talking about this dude in my daily life. The only reason why I'm talking about him now is because his rant made such big headlines. But I can assure you, Scott Adams, when this story die out, you won't hear a peep out of me speaking about you ever again because you are not relevant in my world as far as I'm concerned. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.